it's Lauren, and today I'm going to be doing a how to survive living in the dorms video, which I've been wanting to do now because I feel like dorm living is one of the things that most people are really not familiar with, obviously with college, and they're more interested in. And if you guys are living in the dorms, it's definitely something that can be a little intimidating at first. It can be a little confusing. So if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Lauren. I make college and lifestyle videos. I will be making college videos every single week until this school year starts. I want you guys down below to comment any questions that you have, because I'm going to be doing a Q&A answering all your guys' questions, because I get a lot of questions throughout all my videos, but I want you guys in this one specifically to leave any college questions you have, because I'll be doing a college Q&A. So please leave those down below so I can answer them in an upcoming video. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started with the how to survive living in the college dorms. So before I get started with the video, I wanted to just kind of explain how my dorm situation was. Every dorm situation is obviously different. So for me personally, I lived in a dorm that had 9 floors. It was the biggest dorm I think on my campus, and it was just a co-ed floors. So when you got on each floor, half the floor was boys, half the floor was girls, and in the middle of the floor was kind of like a living area, and then there was just bathrooms, a girl's bathroom, boys bathroom, and then just traditional dorm style. So just like 2 to 3 people in eeach room with a communal bathroom. So the first tip that I always recommend is to get to know everyone on your floor and get to know all the people around you. So on the first day of college, it definitely can be a little intimidating because there's so many people everywhere, and when you're living in the dorms, it's really important to keep your door open and be friendly. So I just found a doorstop and I kept my door open, and people are very friendly because they're trying to meet new people when you're living in the dorms. So I did this like the first couple of weeks, like the first week or two, and I actually people would come and stop by my dorm and say hey. So I personally myself, I didn't want to just have people come to me. I was really proactive and went to everyone on my floor and introduced myself, which I know may seem a little crazy, but I think it's really important to do that. Even if you're super scared, I was extremely scared to introduce myself to everyone, but I really wanted to make friends. My roommate wasn't even there the first day, so I literally went door to door and I introduced myself to people, and that's how I met some of my college friends. So that's definitely something I recommend doing. My first tip with dorm life is just to be really open, just say hi to people. If you're in the bathroom brushing your teeth, just be like, oh hey, like my name's Lauren. Like if it's the first couple of weeks, like that's not weird at all. Everyone's in the same boat and everyone's trying to make friends. So, you know, even if the convo doesn't get very far, like at least you were friendly and introduced yourself. Number 2 is just to be aware of noise. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of different personalities in the dorm. You will meet some of your best friends when you're living in the dorm, and you also meet some people that are very interesting, or maybe people that you don't really like. You know, you're in college, you're meeting so many different personalities, so it's definitely good to just be open-minded to everyone, because college is just like a place with so many different people. So just, you know, you're not going to be living with people who grew up the same way as you know, like some people are more loud, some people are more messy. So yeah, that's just something else about living in the dorms, is just being optimistic and accepting, and know that not everyone's going to go to bed at the same time as you. Not everyone's going to be as quiet as you're being or as loud as you're being. Maybe you're the loud one. Like everyone is just very different, but honestly, I found it to be fun. I personally loved living in the dorms, and I had like the biggest, like loudest dorm in my school freshman year, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I liked having all the different personalities on each floor and you know, meeting people. So I don't know, I enjoyed it. Number 3 is to bring earplugs and a sleeping mask. So personally, I had, like I said, my dorm sometimes would be pretty loud. It wasn't actually that bad though. Even though it was a huge dorm building, I was able to fall asleep fine. There was some nights where people were being really annoying, but it wasn't very often. So I did have earplugs just in case, and those helped a lot if I wanted to get to bed early and my roommate was still up. Usually I was the one who was up later than my roommate. I'm a night owl, so I would usually be up till like 2 in the morning, and my roommate would usually go to bed at like a normal time, like 12. But if you know you're going to be going to bed earlier, or you're like someone who is very sensitive to like light and stuff, bring a sleeping mask. I used mine all the time because I would get up later than my roommate in the morning, so I like to have a sleeping mask. with them earplugs. My roommate was actually not that loud when she got up in the morning, so I didn't really use them as often. My fourth tip for living in the dorms is to set rules with your roommate. So sometimes your roommate's gonna have different expectations than you. Obviously, your roommate didn't grow up in the same house as you, and people are just brought up differently. So it's really good to just lay some ground rules when you first move in, you know, just be like, hey, like maybe we'll have some rules about who we're allowed to invite over, or how loud we're gonna be, or you know, when we're gonna clean our room, just like basic stuff. And if you get that out of the way the first week, it makes your life so much more easier throughout the year. So just remember that like living with a roommate, they may not be your best friend either, which is another thing. Like me and my roommate freshman year were not best friends. Like we got along, we coexisted, but we had completely different friend groups, and that's totally fine. We weren't allowed to pick our roommates freshman year, which I actually think was a smart thing for my school to do, because I think getting randomly placed sometimes is a good thing. So no one got to pick their roommates, which I personally liked. It made it less stressful for me. Number 5 is bathrooms. I was thinking of making a whole video on college bathrooms, which sounds kind of funny, but I feel like I could do a whole video on that if you guys would be interested, on like maybe what I keep in my shower caddy and like how I survived the showers and bathroom and stuff like that, because I had just like a traditional communal bathroom. But yes, I have communal bathrooms, so it's really good to have flip-flops with you. Even if you don't have a communal bathroom, I think it's just good to have flip-flops, because you never know how gross the bathrooms are gonna be. Ours got kind of gross sometimes, a lot, and it was just good to have some flip-flops on and have a shower robe. And I had a shower caddy that I brought with me in as well. So those were some things I really like to have with me. I kind of showered randomly, honestly, mostly at night, but usually my showers, we had a lot of people on my floor and only 3 showers, which kind of I was like a little nervous about. But at the end of the day, actually, it wasn't that bad. There was only a couple of incidences when I couldn't shower and I had to wait for someone, but usually it was totally fine. Next is the laundry room. And my number 1 tip with the laundry room is to not do your laundry on Sundays, because that's the most popular day. I feel like in general, I've noticed that over my years in college, everyone does their laundry on Sundays. So just scout out where your laundry room is, figure it out, and I recommend doing it just kind of at a random time in the day, like the middle of the day. No one does their laundry in the middle of the day, or even on like a random day of the week. Most people do it on Sundays because that's when everyone tries to get their life together for the week. My 7th tip is to see what activities your dorm has. So your RA and RD will usually plan activities, and a lot of people don't usually like to go to them, but I personally went to some of them because they had free food. You usually could get free shirts sometimes, and they just kind of have fun stuff that you could do. So I personally think that going to your dorm activities once in a while is kind of nice. Usually an RA does have like an event that you can go to. So yeah, they usually always have food at them as an incentive, so it was really nice because we got a lot of free food from them, so I recommend going. Number 8 is get to know your RA and stay on their good side. So I really liked my RA freshman year. She was very, very proactive and loved her job and was very excited about being an RA, and I really liked her a lot. RAs usually come around every week and do room checks, usually on Sundays, just to see how you're doing, and they'll usually ask you, you know, how's your dorm life going, and if you have any issues, you can go to your RA. So really utilize them. They're there for you, and they can help you with like school and stuff, like recommend you to tutors, and can help with any issues if you do have any in the dorm, and they're just there as a person to help you out. You shouldn't see them as like someone you need to avoid or anything. I personally loved my RA, and I think that's really helpful, is to be on their good side, and if you have any issues, definitely let them know. My 9th tip is to make your dorm feel very at home. So by doing this, it's really good to bring lights. I personally love lights. I'm going to do a whole video on what to bring to your dorm room and to school because you guys really requested that one. But just, you know, bringing like things from home, or like plants or lights, and you know, having a rug, just making it feel like an actual room, because it's very bare, but you're open to decorate it, which is the really fun part. So just bringing tons of things that make it feel at home, maybe some picture frames, just different thins like that, is really important. Also, just bringing pictures of like your family members and friends also can make it really feel like you're at home. So just bringing in all those elements. And my last tip is to be organized and bring organization. So again, I think it's really important to bring tons of organization, because your dorm is so small and it can be really hard to bring all your stuff and then put it all in a small space. So I really like plastic storage bins. I keep those underneath my bed, and I think they're really useful and helpful. And for for my closet, I brought like a little rack to put at the bottom of it. That really helped a lot as well. And storage cubes. So just utilizing the space under your bed is really important. So lifting your bed up and then putting all your storage under your bed with like plastic bins and stuff, I think that helped the most. And I was able to store so many things under my bed because it's hard to store everything just in your desk drawer and in your dresser and in your closet. So it's really good to utilize that. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any other requests for school videos, college videos, leave those down below. And also remember to leave your questions for the Q&A down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye.